morning, Stevie Daily Shaver. This morning I'm going to have a shave and I'm going to talk about post-shave, yesterday's shave. I'm going to talk about quality of stainless steel and aluminium razors, coatings, things that will extend their life, ways of rejuvenating old while I have a shave. Look, quite frankly, this is going to be informational while I shave. Why? Because this is when I take the time out to talk to you about this. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver. Stay tuned.
Real men shave their faces, real men shave their faces.
Today I'm going to shave with the one blade because, hey, yesterday's shave, post-shave out of those two, they are very, very close, but the one blade got closer. Today, I could probably skip shaving to be honest, but for the one blade side, definitely a closer shave. I enjoy shaving with the one blade. I think the mongoose is incredible, but hey, you can't deny the next day which side's better. I just like feeling myself, what can I say? Okay, I can cut that out later, I hope, post-edit. Reuse a bit of yesterday's wool fat, which has just come out of, as you can see, there's a few drips of water coming off the outside because I like a nice warm bowl. And I'm just going to pop in some, I think it's a bow tie soap. Got myself a Parker Best Badger and I hardly use it. So today I'll go and load up a bit more soap out of this. There's no denying that I get a fantastic shave and it's the hair's breadth between the two, but certainly the one blade with its contouring face features does get extremely close. Is it worth $250? Well, after you spent the money and you bought a chunk of blades, you probably don't care about what it cost you. But if you're like me before you bought one, you can get a bloody good shave from a, $20 Maggard razor. I've noticed tea stains. I've been trying to get some people to, am I the only one that's noticing it? Tea stains are when you've left a blade in for, over the weekend or during the week, and you haven't used the razor again for whatever reason. And you come back and you notice rust on your stainless steel. Now, it's not something that I really have a problem with my chrome, rhodium, delta, echo stuff. It's only my stainless steel ones, and it's not all my stainless steel. So I started investigating. Why? Turns out there's 3 or 4 grades of stainless steel. The highest grade is 316L stainless steel. And that's what I'm used to in watches, dive watches, that sort of thing. Now the 316L has a low sulfur content, heat treated, and quite frankly, extremely rust resistant. So that's why you put it on dive watches that are going to go near the ocean with salt water, because there's a chemical reaction with the salt and stainless, and if you didn't, your watch would rust faster than the pins on your watch. Okay. Who use 316L? The answer is, well, Rockwell. Rockwell razors are 316, which is brilliant. Basically 316L is interchangeable. As a metallurgical term that's technically correct. Okay, who else? The Rochelle single edge that people have been placing in their shaves of the day. 316L. Extremely high quality. Whether you like the shave off it or not, you can't complain about the materials those Techish guys went and made it out of. This guy, the one blade, definitely high grade stainless steel. There's no doubt about it. This is 316L polished stainless steel. None whatsoever. You can just tell that it's built like a high-end watch. See, no problem. So who are using lower grades? Well, there's 2 lower grades that are important. There's the 303 and 304. And the difference between the two is the sulfur content and the possibility of heat hardening. Now that's not post, that's pre. So it's how you get your steel delivered. Now in Australia, we mine some of the highest grade ore in the world. In Western Australia, we literally have mountains made of ore. Literally, mountain ranges made of ore. extremely high, and we ship the stuff all over the world. So we kind of know our stainless steels. The cheapest you can have is the 303 high sulfur content. It's the lowest grade that can be called stainless. So who uses that? Well, a whole bunch of the single edge stainless steel ones that are coming are actually made out of, you guessed it, 303. You're going to go, but the above the tie, which is a premium one, what's it made out of? Well, it was actually the above the tie that I started notice tea staining on. And when I googled tea stains, rust, above the tie, I discovered other people were having my problem. It turns out that one of my favourite razors is made out of the lowest grade stainless steel. I am not impressed. Just simply, I'm not impressed. The feather is made out of 3116L. The handles that I have there, 3116L turnstone. The reason is the handles, though they're sold by Maggard and Scotch and Stowe and whatever, they actually come from China, and they use our ore. And for the cost, they just machine all their stuff through the processing to 316. Well, you need to make sure you take the blade out after use, you clean and dry, and you spray it's shaver guard. It smells good. Well, basically, it's just fish oil. Okay? In fact, the main ingredient in your WD-40, which is a different scent, not quite as bathroom friendly, is again fish oil. So you're basically spraying with fish oil. And you can't get rid of them by cleaning it and spraying it with a fish oil based cleaner. My only suggestion is to de-rust it. Actually rub it. My only suggestions are to rub back the metal until you've gotten rid of the rust, and either rhodium plate it or something from Razor Emporium, or send it to someone like Delta Echo and have it Cerakoted. Because once you get rust, that's pretty much it. Will keep coming back again and again and again, and rust always wins if you don't keep on top of it. I'm pretty sure the Wolfman is made out of 316 stainless steel, high, but I'm surprised that premium products like above the tie is made out of 303. I'm not damning them or anything. It's cheaper to buy. Okay, it's cheaper to buy, cheaper to manufacture, easier on your equipment. There's a lot of reasons for using it. It's just a really crappy thing to use in bathrooms. Your water can be high in certain salts and minerals that will cause your blades to rust, which is the weak point. Now, I've got to be honest, I'm talking about the razors, but it's the razor blades that rust. But that's poison to the stainless steel in the metal, and the sulfur content causes the chemical reaction in your stainless steel and you get rust. So we really need to say to guys, look, unless it's 3116L stainless steel, not interested, not buying it, not a premium product. Or, if you discover you've already got it, remember to take your blade out, remember to dry it, and remember to spray it with some WD-40 or something that smells better, or just fish oil will do the trick. It will just stop it from rusting. It'll sit in your bathroom and it shouldn't be a problem. Hasn't been for the last 6 months once I identified the problem, but I just didn't know the cause until the last month. I've been researching it. I didn't want to say anything because, people go, oh, don't say bad things about artisans. Don't say bad things about manufacturers. We've got to be grateful that they're doing anything. And I think to myself, well, now I know what they're doing. I'm not exactly cool about all of it. I want bang for buck and value. For $200, I expect a premium product that lasts. The one thing I like about the One Blade, they guarantee it for life. Got a problem, they say, send it back to them. They fix it, replace it for life. For $250 something at the moment, with the deal from Sharpologist, why wouldn't you, buy that over? By the way, a lot of these single edges that are coming out are made out of 303 as well. One of the problems I see that as a problem, and it's got to do with the steel in the blade, is the big problem. Your blades in these for a lot longer, okay? Because I'm getting heaps and heaps of shaves out of that. It's a really good stiff blade. I'm getting tons of shaves. In fact, I'll use this for me cleaner. What I like about this is, and as I've mentioned, this has coated aluminium. It won't rust. Quite frankly, it won't. there isn't anywhere for the rust to take hold. Now, in a bathroom, unless you're, I don't know, seriously mistreating things, quite frankly, that should be good for a lifetime of shaves. Now, let me explain again. It's your blades that are rusting. But that rust is transmitted because it's sitting in your razor, and there's a chemical reaction between the metals. And I've cleaned all these. I can see one little tiny spot. I can see one little tiny spot just there, very hard to see, where it does break through. So I give it a good clean, rub it back and give it a quick spray, and I've been able to arrest the rust that was beginning. Now, it was the blade that got sick that diseased this. But you've got to remember, razors are designed to have razor blades in them. So manufacturing razors at anything less than 3116, 3116L stainless steel, in my books, is not good value for us as purchasers. Before you buy a razor and it says stainless steel, email them or look at their website, what sort of stainless. And when you can get a Rockwell, now the first gen, I'm almost 100% certain the second gen, a 3116L stainless steel for the quality. You know, I have not had, particularly in this one, a problem. Now, if you keep any rusted blade in a razor accidentally too long, you will get rust. It's a case of metal on metal, and there's a chemical electrical reaction, and what it has to do with is the rate at which that action takes place. In the case of the high sulfur content, lower grade stainless, it causes the rust to occur faster. The higher the grade of stainless, the slower it retards the growth of... Right, you will rust anything, trust me. You can drop your 904 Rolex, that's what they use in the steel for Rolex, in the ocean. You can come back a year later and you will have some corrosion. Being 904 Rolex metal, they will clean it up and it'll be pretty good. It's comparable to a slightly higher grade 3116. My familiarity comes from watches. You know, what will affect watches. And to be honest, the weak point in watches is rarely the body of the watch, it's the pins. That's why when I take down a dive watch, I use a NATO strap. It goes through both the loops, and if one of the pins break, it's held by the other one till the end of my dive. I have come up from dives with people and they've looked at their wrists and their watches, dive watches, etc., on normal watch bands, will have just fallen off during the dive, because if you break one pin, your watch is now loose. So my familiarity comes from diving, salt water, and my experience with dive equipment and keeping it in good nick for long periods of time. You know, salts in water are your enemy. It's always the weakest point that causes you a problem. In a watch, it's the pins. In the case of these razors, it's the fact that the stainless steel is lower grade. 303 stainless, it's going to corrode faster than 304, which will corrode faster than 3116, 3116L. Now, you know, it's all about putting the brakes on. Look, good care can mitigate a lot of this. My mistake was in one razor, I missed a blade and it was sitting in there, okay? Hands up if you do that, you miss a blade, you know, you don't keep count of every one. I'm shaving with Feather Artists, I'm shaving with Feather Pros, I'm shaving with DEs. I might have 2 odd DEs with different blades at different times for comparisons. You know, you're bound to miss something. So you kind of hope that what you purchased is going to survive your basic mistake and stupidity. Okay, I hope I've explained myself. I'm not damning anyone. I think for price, people should be expecting higher grade stainless. If people don't want to make them out of higher grade stainless, fine. If someone else makes me a high grade razor, and here we go. Your Rockwell, $100. Stainless steel 3116, you get 3 caps. You can't beat it for a DE. You know, you get aluminium razors like the standard razor or mass drop just about every second month. These things are aluminium coated, will not rust, absolutely brilliant, absolutely no problem. The Mighty Mongoose, aluminium coated, will not rust. All your icons that are aluminium will not rust. I have no idea, but I think it's 3116L stainless steel underneath here. But even if it's not, on the icons, I'm trying to remember what they're called, vapor disposition, blah, blah, blah. It's that nice shiny black coating. DLC, diamond light coating, is what this has coated with. And the result of this is, quite frankly, the only place I notice is just on the stem over time from winding it in and out. You will get a little bit of wear, but I don't think that's nowhere near your blade. That'll be a problem. Assuming that's screwed in tight, should be just about waterproof. Your blades, if they're accidentally left in one of these, won't rust. These are the ones that I can say, hand on heart, that I can recommend. If you're going to spend your money on, rust is not an issue. Rust is an issue in your bathroom. Every bathroom, unless you don't use it, and you keep it in a dry place away from humidity with... unless you keep it in a dry place, away from humidity, and with things like these gel sacks or rice to soak up moisture, eventually rust gets all metal. It's just a matter of time. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, hoping today's shave was interesting and informative. If you've got comments, leave them down below. If you want to hate it, that's fine, just subscribe. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver. Remember, good food, good friends, good shaves, amen. And while it's nice to be important, it's far more important to be nice. Go forth, spread the good message. Wet shaving, good for you, good for your family, good for your pets, good for your neighbours, good for strangers you meet in the street. Have business cards printed. I'm wishing you all the best of shaves, good shaves, and goodbye.
Bearded man, you think that you're so cool, but your face looks like a small marsupial.